James Mathers for the Digital Cinema Society at Cinegear Expo 2026. I'm here with my friend Dan May in the Blackmagic Design booth. And Dan, uh, we always talk about equipment, but we call this series Backlot Perspectives. And I'd like to get your perspective on the industry. I know that Blackmagic is doing a lot in IP and broadcast, or even trying to broadcast and do live immersive.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about some of
Yeah,
this?
exactly. We've got a lot of exciting things that we've been working on, and the industry is always in that state of change and flux, and Blackmagic tries to be at the forefront of that. So, like you mentioned, we are doing a lot of new developments around some of our live production. We did a lot at NAB showing some of our new 100G 2110 stuff. And of course, this immersive technology that's really kind of become a big, interesting thing for people, whether they're doing immersive content for the Vision Pro. Obviously, we're doing a lot of work with Apple, and we're doing these live broadcasts of NBA games. This idea of being able to shoot in this workflow, shoot with these cameras, to shoot immersive, be able to use Resolve to do a post-production workflow, and then being able to deliver to these immersive type experiences. It's a new way of doing this kind of broadcast that has a lot of people interested, but it's a very complicated process because it's a lot of data. How do we move all that data? How do we process all that data? So it's still post-production as we know it, but it's just a little heavier, a little more complicated. But the fact that Resolve can handle that and we make the cameras, Blackmagic's able to kind of deal with all of that together. So I think there's a lot of excitement around this kind of new opportunity that immersive has. So I think that creates a lot of excitement out there for people. I think the other thing that people are talking about right now is, of course, just the AI. How does AI get used? We're worried about AI, the robot overlords that are going to take over the planet. So like AI is always a constant thing that I think our industry is trying to figure out. What does that mean? What does that mean for our industry? How does that change jobs? What is that? How do we responsibly as a business that we either use it, or how do we put that into our own products and development? And when we look at things like our DaVinci Resolve, which has AI tools in there, we're always thinking about how do we help creatives be productive. So it's not really about trying to eliminate jobs or getting, like, these are our customers. I don't want to get rid of our customers. I want more customers, as it turns out, not to be a greedy business person, but I'm trying to empower people to do more work faster. So for us, all of our AI tools are about empowering people and helping people. And I think the other big thing when we talk about AI is that all of the AI features we have in Resolve are done on the local machine. So we're never out sending your stuff to be AI'd by somebody else, and we're not pulling other people's content and creations to be used in your own work. So all of the work that we do with Resolve locally is just a local machine. So I think those are really two important parts for us when we talk about AI and how we integrate AI and use AI. So I think these two things are the things that people are really excited about. Of course, we have our amazing cinema cameras, we have all the other Blackmagic products, but when we talk about the things that are changing in our industry, like there's new opportunities with immersive and that AI conversation. It's just such a big part of our everyday vernacular these days.
There's so much happening with live, but you're not forgetting about cinema. I know because I've
100%.
shot with some of your 12K and 17K cameras.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, the new cine cameras are doing great. We have productions being done around Hollywood as well as all over the world now. Obviously, the opportunity for Blackmagic there is huge because we've done very well with cameras, right? People have been using our cinema cameras and our pocket cameras, but when we look at the new Ursa Cine cameras, those really kind of go to a new level for Blackmagic Design. The level of quality that they have, obviously being able to use those giant sensors and the technology that we have on those sensors to be able to use the entire sensor, whether we're shooting in 17K or 12K or lower resolutions. Like, these technologies just make a big jump for Blackmagic Design for a town like Hollywood to actually look at these cameras to use on, HBO's talked about using that on Rooster. Like, these are real high-end productions using Blackmagic cameras. That's a newer thing for Blackmagic, but as people are obviously trying to kind of do more with less, they're trying to figure out how to do these new workflows out there. And again, the fact that Blackmagic has this great pipeline of camera to post to delivery, the fact that we can do all of that becomes very appealing to these productions. So again, while we're doing lots of live, cinema and post is still our bread and butter backbone. So we're going to keep working on that the entire time.
For the Digital Cinema Society, we appreciate the focus on cinema.
Yep, no problem. Like, this is what we do. All of us have come from this background, but it's, as we see, there's this, I hate using words like this, convergence of, what is live production, what is broadcast. We have people doing YouTube shows that are doing full cinema style things. We have people that are doing podcasts that are doing broadcast level quality. Like, there is this kind of convergence of these technologies. So the fact that we can make a cinema camera but put 100G on there to do a live production, imagine doing a sporting event with a cinema camera. Like, that's an incredible thing that was never really in the cards to be done before. So it's thinking about not only how do we do the things that we always have done better, but how do we make these new workflows, new immersive workflows, new live production workflows, new cinema workflows. And Blackmagic has all that IP and technology to work on that. So that's what we're always staying busy trying to do and create.
Well, you've always been really good at helping us do more with less, and affordability. You know, democratization is overused, but Blackmagic has really been important there.
That's right. We've always wanted, it goes back to that. We want to bring more people to the table, right? We don't want it to be a, think about how long has it been since we bought DaVinci? DaVinci was $1 million application, let's just say, and now we're doing 1 million downloads a month. Like, the difference in that kind of volume is made up for by the fact that we're selling $300 software. We have a free version that's out there. You need to have a lot of $300 versions, but then we can also sell a camera, and we can sell a decklink card, we can sell other products that help kind of with that democratization of these products. But it requires us to build these entire workflows. And Grant is fond of saying, like, we almost have to trick our customers into being successful. Hey, I downloaded DaVinci and I bought a pocket camera and now I'm successful. Now I'll go buy a hyperdeck and a deck link. And it's like, the more we can make people be successful with Blackmagic products, the more they'll rely on Blackmagic to do the things that they'd like to do. But that democratization is very hard. You can't just be wasteful. You have to be very thoughtful. But I feel like as a brand over the last 20 years, we've done such a good job of helping people that even people that don't use like our camera come and say, but I love what you're doing for the industry, or I love using Resolve for these parts, even though I use something else in other. But people appreciate, I think, the fact that Blackmagic's pushing that envelope, trying to bring more talent to the table, empower people to do jobs that they couldn't do before. And like, the world changes. There's always going to be changes out there. And, Blackmagic's just been a part of trying to adapt and help people along the way. And if we keep putting customers first, we think as a business that will work out well for us in the long run. And like I said, 20 years in, it feels like it's been working pretty well.
You must be doing something right.
We do more things right than wrong. We're not perfect. Clearly, no one is. We are always learning, but so far so good.
Thank you so much, Dan.
You got it, James. Appreciate it.